the positive perception, so the academic life also success or effectively as well. But in contrast from fiction, one in 2014 mentioned that he mentioned from the others study that even though the student enjoy the reading on screen, but the ability in reading will be low. So this we get from the Swedish study in 2005 found that learner had better understanding in reading paper than on screen. And however, he continued his citation from the other researcher that students who are extensively engaged in online reading activity like reading email or chatting online or reading news online or using an online dictionary or encyclopedia, and also participating with the group online and other activities through online, they can be a successful reader rather than the student who do little online reading. So, So in the problems of this topic, it means that if the student have a strong commitment in the reading, so their reading ability also success depending on their ability in using technology and also the skill in reading and their strong commitment as well. So now we go to identification of the problem. The researcher Clayton in 2007, she also conducted the Cambodian education that English has been promoted and pronounced in the era of United Nations Traditional Authority in Cambodia. We can say UNTA from since 1992 to 1993, and also in Cambodia's admission into the Association of Southeast Asians in 1993 as well. So I mean a long time that English included in Cambodia. And also we can see H.E. Dr. Hong Chunaron, who is the master of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport, and can say MUSE in Cambodia in 2014. He also include the foreign languages, English and French in the educational system. But English is included in the 5th grade. It means that the learner are also a little bit old enough age to acquire the language, the English language. And one more, most of the primary school teachers are not skilled with English education. They are chosen to teach English, but it's not mean that they are skillful in English teaching. They don't know the pedagogical in teaching students in English. This one I get from the Clayton research in 2007 as well. And one more problem is the material used, the teaching and learning material that is not enough for teaching and learning process in Cambodia. This one I get from the official page of MUIS. But when they go to the university, they have chance to use technology for using online tools or platform for academic purpose. Yeah, it's here from CASI 2021, but it is difficult for them because most of the students are lack in using technology, and they have no background in using technology to improve their reading skill. And in 2015, from Sudiran said that in order to make student ability succeed in reading comprehension, the learner themselves have to have strong commitment and have strong positive attitude on using all the online reading material. If they think that internet is helpful for them in reading skills, so it means that their academic life in academic life example in reading are also effectively as well. But I think that the internet is not good for them, especially for the online reading material, are not good for them. So it means that the result in reading is also going down as well. Okay, and here the research question that I'm going to find out. The first one is, what are the student perception towards using online reading material? And the second, what are the factors inhibit students from online reading? And the last is, what are student strategy and suggestion to overcome the problem in online reading? And the main objective of this research is to examine the university student perception toward using online reading material for improving reading capacity. And for the specific objective that respond to the research question is to study the students' perception toward using online reading material, to investigate factor inhibit students from online reading, and 3, to explore student strategy and suggestion to overcome the problem in online reading. Okay, and for the limitation and scope of study, the total of the participants that I take as the example, the sample is 100 participants that take from year 1 to year 4. The whole population only 100. And the significance of the study is provided to institute, researcher, parents, and student, and private or public teacher for strengthening reading skill ability for students. And now we go to the definition of the key terms. The first one, I talk about the reading. So reading is the ability to understand words, contain a document, and to make use of knowledge for personal growth and development. This one got from Owusu, Achiu, and Larson in 2014. And the second key term is perception. According to the dictionary, mentioned that perception is noun and it refers to sense, feeling, intuition, comprehension, and understanding, or it can be defined that perception means that representation of what is perceived, formation of a concept or way of conceiving something. And the next one is about capability is to perform or produce or refer to the susceptibility of something to a particular treatment. This get from Ruchika SM and Luskes in 2014. Okay, and next one is online reading. So online reading refers to the way that the readers acquire the information through online and get more complicated way than printed information reading. Readers need to require skill for online reading. Online readers need to generate questions, to use search engines and navigate web pages, to evaluate critically and synthesize information from multiple sources. And online reading material refers to the types of online material like online text, online journal, ebook, etc. And it also focuses on authentic material that consists of video, voice, or images for online reader to receive the reading information comprehensively. This one get from Juni in 2018. Rest up that. Online reading source material can be effective to improve student reading comprehension. It can enhance students' vocabulary, speed reading, and their reading comprehension. Okay, now we go to the chapter 2, literature review. The first point is about curriculum.
Sampors?
So
yeah,
yes,
go to chapter 3. Chapter 3. Just go directly to chapter 3. Yeah, throws. Next.
Sorry. Okay, now chapter 3, it talk about the research design. So in this topic, I choose quantitative research and the purposive sampling to select the target participant 100 who are studying in the first year until the fourth year at National University of Battambang and SPS. With frequency and percentage for interpretation and giving describing and or discussion to the data that I collect from the participants. And for the respondent, here we can see the numbers of the respondent participate in the study. First year class consists of 38. The total is 38. So I select as my sample also 38. Second year's class 22. Third year class 21 and the fourth year class 19. So I took all the population as my sample in this in my research. And for the research instrument, the questionnaire I adopted from Sudiran in 2015 that he's also cited from Harvard's Measuring Computer and Web Attitude using CAS and was measurement instrument, Harvard's Patrick and Pitt Groot in 2004, and I also adapt it from my own experience in the real context. And questionnaire consists of Likert scales such as strongly agree, disagree, and strongly disagree, and participate can also add their own answer to the other question beside the Likert scale already mentioned in the other parts. Example, how do you read for your study purpose? So I can put you can choose more than one answer. Like here, it have the multiple choice for the student to choose, or they can add more the answer about the question. And for this questionnaire, I also use two language, Khmer and English, for make the student get more understanding for my research. And here are the questionnaire that I deliver into 4 parts. Like the first one, it talk about the general data of the participant, like gender, age, nationality, economic status, family member, type of living, residing, starting time of learning English, amount time studying English at university or at other study class, and also the reading level. And the second one is about student perception in using online reading material, like key information like student taking time in English reading online material, English reading favorite, attitude in reading English for study purpose, type of reading tool, type of reading devices, type of online searching machine, the advantages of online reading material, the advantages of online reading sources, and available or choosing reading level. And for the part 3, the problem of using online reading material, like intrinsic factor or external factor, here consists of family factor, teacher factor, educational curriculum, internet survey, electricity, appropriate using devices, reading sources. And for intrinsic factor or internal factor, like money spent on internet service by reading device, students' motivation and encouragement in reading, like of reading and using online material competent, learner themselves, health, screen light, lack of self-motivation, and also self-security. And the last part 4, focus on student strategy and suggestion to overcome problem in reading online. So the first one is about strategy for struggling in reading online. So the first is techniques for reading online, online searching machine, online reading platform. And the second part of part 4 is suggestion for struggling in reading online, like financial support, family support, teacher support, school support, debate, research topic, and also online reading material used by enhanced document. And I go through the data collection procedure and interpretation procedure. So first, I, the researcher, asked for permission form from the head of academic study of the University of Bangalore to conduct my quantitative research at that university. Then I send the permission form to the head of the research department to check the form. That's on. I send that form again to Y director and finally to the University of Bangalore. And the second, the researcher take the permission from to see a head of academic study of the National University of Bangalore in order to ask him to collect the data. And after reading the complying form carefully, he finally will admit me to conduct a research in his university. And I have to regard the privacy or the right of participant relevant to the period agreed and sensitive information in the questionnaire. And permission letter and consent form also will send to all the related institution, especially the National University of Bangalore in the research side. Furthermore, the second resource, the researcher used I, the researcher, use secondary data which are collected from various sources such as published book, online journal, research paper, and internet or website, which will surely be required for use to cite and as reference in the whole research study. And finally, quantitative data will be employed and analyzed through SPSS with the percentage and also frequency to carry out the result of my research field. So that's all for me. Thank you so much for your paying attention. Sorry for making any mistake in my presentation.
Okay, thank you, Sampors. Yeah. Now there will be questions, suggestion, comments from the examiners. We ask for ladies first. Bu Wisma.
Okay, Prof. Thank you so much, Bapak Ibu, Pak Dedi, and Pak Sapriadin. Thank you for the chance given to me and Sampors. Congratulations. You go to this step of proposal seminar. However, got some suggestion for you, and also some question. And probably I can start with the suggestion. The suggestion is for you to now to stop the screen sharing. And yeah, you need to follow, I guess, you need to follow the guideline from the, in writing the proposal, the guideline from our study program. We have that guideline today and follow that, the point in that guideline for a certain research type, for example, for the experiments or for the other type of the research, we have it there so that your proposal can be written following that guideline. And start from the, in general, I think you use quite much second source and the quotation in your proposal, probably that need to be eradicated and just not too much. Better to use the paraphrase or synthesizing on that. And also you use the source from the Wikipedia, something like that. Probably you're just afraid to use the Wikipedia because everyone can write on Wiki, including us, the people. So we don't know the source whether it's really reliable. And then starting from the chapter 1, your background, I guess, need to be elaborate more because it's still a bit scattered, I guess. You don't start from, it doesn't look like a funnel shape background, starting from what is, probably you can start from reading materials, for example, and then you go funnel shape to why you do the research, and then that is the idea should be cohesive. I mean, to be using a good flow of thought on that background. And also in chapter 2, you need to explore more, especially about the perception theories. I don't know whether you are going to use perception or you are going to use the attitude here in the thesis. So if you're using perception, you need to elaborate more this grand idea, because you only have 2, right? Online reading materials and also the what we call the perception. So you need to elaborate more about the perception and the online reading material. I haven't seen it really clearly there in chapter 2. And also especially you should also differentiate whether it is a perception or attitude. And if it is a perception, you need to bring it along from the perception in general to perception on reading materials online. And then for the studies, you need to probably you need to write. There are one paragraph is very long, like more than 1 pages, and then there is also one paragraph that is very short. So you need to make it one paragraph for one research, one research. And then my question: you have 100 participants, and it will be all of them. This is quantitative design, right? So what kind of sampling procedure that you will use? Is it a lag? No. Can you still hear me?
Can you repeat your question again, ma'am?
Yes, you mentioned in your chapter 3 that you will use purposive and random sampling. Which one exactly that you will use, and for which part of the instrument?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Before I put it to simple random sampling and purposive random sampling. But I choose only one because the total of the population only 100. So I choose it a purposive simple sampling. Yeah. And 100.
They are graded, right?
No, they studying.
It's not.
They are studying at the university.
So you're going to take the data from?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
What semester is it? The students, the respondents.
I cannot hear you clearly, ma'am.
Yeah, the sampling, the participant, what semester are you going to take?
Purposive sampling, ma'am.
Can you explain it to me? What do you mean by purposive sampling here? Because you have 3 grades, right? Second year, third year, and 4 years.
I mean that all they study English.
What is purposive?
Purposive sampling is mean that the way that the researcher go to the target size, and then we think that all of them are fit to our profile research.
So meaning to say you haven't taken it from the population. How many is the population?
The population also 100, ma'am. If I take it as the sample lower than that, I think that my research is not reliable. If I take 100, it can be more of them can answer. At least 50% of them can answer my questionnaire. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you said that the population is 100.
Yes.
And then you take them all.
Yes, ma'am.
You take them all. So when you take them all, it doesn't mean that it's purposive sampling or random sampling. It's total sampling then. Considered to be checked. Okay. So consider to be checked again, whether it's purposive sampling. What do you mean by purposive, or if it is total sampling or not? Samples.
Yes, ma'am. Again, please, ma'am.
Yeah. Prof, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Yeah, check it later. Sampors. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Bu Isma. Next, Pak Adin.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Sofnil, Arsad, Bu Wisma Yunita, Pak Universitas Bengkulu. Pak Dedi, Pak Dedi and Sampors. So Sampors, is my voice clear? Sampors?
Yes.
Okay. So Sampors, my congratulations, Sampors. Yeah. So you don't have any problem with the plagiarism. So it's under 20%, and also for the first, it's about your title. I think you do not need to put university. I think just students' perception, blah blah blah. And my next, okay, my next suggestion, it's in relation to your, okay, your theory. Do you put okay, do you put student strategies and suggestions to overcome the theory of student strategies and suggestions to overcome the problem in online reading, in literature review? Sampors?
I don't put the strategy of the student, but put only the teacher's strategy
Oh,
in teaching student in reading.
so I think you need to add more about that. So because it can be a best for you to write your instrument. And the next sample, so yeah, you need to be consistent, yeah, whether you use a purposive and random sampling. And if you took all the samples, I mean, you took all the population, it's total sampling. So samples, my next question is about your instrument. So do you adapt or adopt your instrument, Sampors?
Yeah, but my question also adapt and adapt.
Oh, you adapt
Yeah.
and adopt. Adapt
Yes,
or adopt?
adapt from the researcher and also adapt by myself according to my own
So you add,
content.
yeah, you adopt, yeah.
Yeah.
Adapt. You adapt because you add more, yeah. You add more information, yeah.
Yes, Pak.
And and the next, Sampors, do you have any do you have any okay, do you have any do you have any prediction, yeah, do you have any prediction about the answer of the third research question, Sampors? Sampors?
Prediction of what, Pak?
The answer of the third research question.
Third is the question. I think that if you suggested me to add more strategy of the students, so I also add more the questionnaire about the third part of it as well.
So I think my next suggestions in your instrument in the part 3, you need to write, I mean, in the table, perhaps in the form of table, the indicators and the number of the items for your questionnaire. So it is clear that we can see that the parts of the student's perception itself and the factors and also the student strategies and suggestions to overcome the problems in online reading.
Yeah,
and next, I think the way you cite in the text, it's still wrong. Yeah, for example, on page 9, Benihin Manulu, it's better you say Manulu 2019 and etc. So the next question, I still see that especially in the chapter 3, in the last page, in the last paragraph, you still one sentence, one paragraph, yeah. So you need to formulate one paragraph consists of 5 sentences or more samples.
Yes, Pak.
So you will distribute your questionnaire by using Google Form, right?
Yes, Pak.
So you want to distribute to 100, yeah, to 100 students.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, to 100 students. Do you have any plan if I mean it's not all students filling out the questionnaire?
If
Because it's 100, yeah. Do you have any strategy if this is only in case, yeah, Sampers, if it doesn't all students fill out your questionnaire, yeah.
can I get from other student from the other university at the same generation from 1 to year 4?
Okay, you need to consider about it, yeah. So my last question for you, Sampers, give me the strong reason why must be online reading.
Yes, Pak.
Why?
Why? What the question? What the question, Pak?
Why must be online reading? Why must be reading?
Oh, why we have to read online, right? But because online reading full of a lot of advantage sources that a student can search to reach their purpose of their research. If you use only printed one, it's not enough. Sometimes they also need to read in print and also the online as well to complete their research purpose. Yeah, but
Okay. The last, you need to rewrite your references. Yeah, Sampers. Yeah, you need to see our guidelines how to write the references in APA style. Yeah, it's still
yeah,
wrong.
but
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all. Pak Safnil and Pak
sorry,
Dedi.
ma'am. Ma'am already taken. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you, Pak Adin. Yeah, next, Pak Dedi.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Safnil. Good afternoon, Sampors.
Good afternoon, Pak.
Okay, congratulations for you for having these stages, yeah,
Thank you,
of
Pak.
the study. Okay, the first one, as we've ever discussed or I've told you before, that many of your sentences is too long, yeah, yeah. The paragraph are too
Yeah.
long, okay, several pages, yeah. So you need to
Do it again,
be
yeah, Pak.
consistent. As for one paragraph, usually we have around 8 to 10 sentences, not more than that. Yeah, yeah. And please make sure that also in one paragraph you only include one main idea, not more than one main idea. So the first one could be the main idea, and then the next sentences are the supporting
Yes, Pak.
sentences, right? Okay. And also, yeah, regarding the structure of the proposal, yeah, maybe you need to consult more to Pak Adin, yeah. He has the guidance, yeah, of writing the good proposal, so you have to contact him to get the guidance. So you can make sure that the structure of the proposal itself is in order, are put in order, yeah. For
Yes, Pak.
example, how to make it, the background, the introduction, and something like that. Yeah. All right. And also regarding the sampling, yeah, I've already asked you also, yeah, to make sure whether you have total sampling or random, as it is only 100, yeah. Maybe I suggest you to take it as the total sampling then. Yeah. What else? Okay, I think you need also to check and recheck the writing of the citation. Yeah, be consistent in in writing the name, yeah, of the authors. Yeah, to make sure that only
Yes.
the last name or something. So you have to follow the procedure of the writing citation. And I do agree with Ma'am Wisma that you have many indirect quotation. Yeah, so if it is possible, you can use the
Paraphrase. Yes.
primary source. Yeah, so find the books or what, and also avoid the usage of Wikipedia too much. Okay, I think this is Prof. Satya.
Okay, thank you, Pak Dedi. Okay, Sampors.
Yes, Pak.
Have the students use online reading materials? The student who will be your respondents.
Yes, all use the online reading, Pak.
Online reading. From whom?
Yes.
Who wrote the materials?
Online reading here, I refer to the way that they read by themselves, yeah, to achieve their academic purpose. And for the platform in University of National University of Battambang, they use it's a kind of platform. What do you call it?
What is the reading, online reading for? Is it for extra reading activities or part of the subject that they take from the class?
I mean that they need to research through online first. Yeah, so they can use many type of online reading to achieve
For
their
what purpose?
study.
For what purpose? For their own reading, reading
Their
for enjoyment, or
academic
to
study.
the tasks assigned by the lecturers? Sampos, can you
Yes,
hear
Pak.
me?
Yes,
What is the online reading for?
for their study purpose, Pak.
Is it a task from the lecturers or
Yes,
assignment?
it can be, yes, the task and also the assignment from the teacher that they have to research more through online.
So they may read different materials, right?
Yes, yes,
So not the same materials, yeah?
yes.
Using online reading. Do
I
you know
think it's about independent reading.
independent reading? Yeah.
I'd say.
Do you know the example of the reading materials the students often read?
Sometimes the teacher suggests the kinds of online journal for them to research about their
Academic
topic.
reading,
Yeah,
not for
yeah,
enjoyment, not like short stories and novels or not like that, right?
yes,
The readings are articles, essays, probably
yeah.
news from newspaper, like that. And that is
And
to improve their reading ability, right?
yeah, Pak.
Yeah, because you have to make it clear of this. You have to know exactly what kind of items will you put in your questionnaire. Yeah, because the online reading can be very various. Yeah. What are the student perception toward using online reading materials? Yeah.
Can be both, but sometimes they also read for their enjoyment as well by using online reading.
Yeah. For example, question number 2. What are the factors inhibit students from online reading? It can be a reading ability, their reading ability that can inhibit them, yeah, from reading, yeah, their poor reading ability, or it can be their access to the source, yeah, access to the reading materials. Yeah, they can be in two forms. Yeah, question number 2. Yeah. What are student strategies? Yeah, maybe not strategies, a suggestion probably, yeah. Just suggestion. What are the student suggestion to overcome the problem in online reading? Okay, I think you need to make it, yeah, more focused on the online reading.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
let me focus.
For what? For reading enjoyment, yeah, extensive reading, or for a particular subject like yeah, academic reading. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So what grade are they? What year?
Year 1 from year 4, but
Or from year 1 to year 4?
yeah,
Are you going to compare them, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, or not? Because they may have different perception.
I
Yeah,
did that.
year 1 may have not yet read much, yeah, from the online reading, since they have studied for 1 semester, yeah, for oh, yeah, 1 semester. Okay, next semester, what semester it will be? First, second, for the first year student?
What that?
For next semester, yeah, are they going to be the first year student? Are they going to be in the first semester or in the second semester?
The first semester they also use online reading as well,
Yeah. When
but
is
not
new education year? Semester. The first semester. When is
the
it?
second semester. But
Second semester. Oh, I
second
see.
semester.
So from
Yeah,
January or February, there will be second semester. So they have 1
yeah,
semester experience in reading. Yeah.
yeah,
And of
yes,
course, there will be difference, yeah, from the 4th year student. They have had 7 semesters experience in online reading. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You have to try it out first. Yeah. To some students. Yeah. For about 5 students. Okay. Your questionnaire, whether or not they can answer the item, the question. Yeah. And
yes,
ask
but
them if they are confused, yeah, in answering or responding to the items. And also you can interview some of them. Yeah, maybe 10, yeah, or yeah, yeah, 2 or 3 from each grade interview, because yeah, to if you find after the questionnaire, after you analyze the questionnaire, the fill-in questionnaire, and you can interview some of them to know more about the problems, okay, to answer your second and third research question. Yeah, to know more about this, you can interview them to add some more information about it. Okay, so
yes, but
prepare a list of question.
question for interview.
Record the interview. Okay.
Yes, but
Yeah. Question number 2 and question number 3. Yeah. You need information, qualitative data for that. Yeah. To cross check, and to cross check the information from the questionnaire. Sometimes students don't fill in the questionnaire seriously. Yeah.
hmm,
they just fill in. If they are not sure, they just fill in. Yeah, any option. Okay, so to get a better data, yeah, or a more comprehensive data from the respondents, so you need an interview. Okay, Sampors, yeah, you have to
Yeah,
conduct
Pak.
guidelines, yeah, the
Yeah, Pak.
guidelines, yeah, how to structure your thesis, yeah, including the use of the font size,
Size, Arial, and yeah,
yeah,
font size.
the way you
Font
cite,
size.
yeah, just the last name of the author, if only one. If you cite a reference written by more than two, yeah, just use the last name of the first
At all.
author and at all. Okay.
Okay.
Snare.
Yeah. No problem
Yes,
with Turnitin, yeah, Padin.
No problem. It's okay.
Oh, so you are safe. Yeah. Yeah.
16%.
15%.
yes. Harus pray more.
Yeah. Otherwise, you
Okay.
have to paraphrase more.
Yeah.
Okay. More
But
questions?
No.
Dedi, Pak Adin, Bu Wisma.
no,
More
Prof mau
suggestions?
Bu Isma dan Prof kan mau nguji Bu Wiwit kan di sini.
I'm good, Prof. Thank you.
Okay. Sampos, that's all. Thank you very much.
Oke,
You can
selamat
Yeah.
Sampors.
Thank you. Selamat sore.
no, sorry. Yeah.
Oke,
Good
Prof.
luck, Sampors.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
thank you.
luck. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. See
Saya
you soon.
Ya, sampai jumpa Pak Anman.
Sampai jumpa.
ya.
Sampai jumpa juga. Thank you.
Sampai
Thank
jumpa di
you.
Battambang.
Hope so, Pak.
Oke.
Goodbye, Pak.
Diberkati segera.
Mhm.
Okay. Bye bye.
Saya live dulu ya.
Yeah.
Okay.